Hello everybody. Dwarfs. And not a higher team value than this. It's been a while. Let's have a quick look. Okay. Guarding all the way down. Pretty regular Troll Slayer with stand firm so that if he blitzes somebody off the side, he is safe. Couple blitzes. This one is our problem one, obviously. I mean, you know, more of a problem. And then a couple runners with not irregular skills. It's a pretty well-made team here. Let's see. I feel like their stats should be good. Yeah. Draws. Dwarfs do tend to get some draws in there. But this seems like a solid player, and they're going to have a ton of money to spend. How many players did they have? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they already had a spare. So they could just, they could Wizard and Babe. They could Wizard and something else, honestly. They could dip into that extra money. But yeah, this looks like a solid player. Our hope is that they don't have enough kill skills to hurt us, but obviously the tackle is on the whole team is going to be a bit of an issue. But it does mean maybe we can, depending on how things go, we can consider. He might get a bribe actually and start fouling, because we have valuable players. If he can start stomping on him, that's good for him. But I wouldn't be surprised at a Wizard and a bribe. I could see that. Okay, Boomer. I do not remember who he is. He may be the cheap. Yeah, he's okay. So he's a cheap star player. I've taken him a bunch when playing dwarfs. They could get a babe. They don't really need one, but they've got like it's not yeah. So Boomer is. Oh, that's not that guy. Okay, no, this isn't who I thought it was. I guess they have more options since they... Back when I was playing Dwarfs was before they did the Legendary Edition, so... there's a Dwarf star player who, like, is like a bit more of a passer, and I think he's really cheap as well. Boomer looks like... I don't know. I mean, it's a goblin, it's a picture of a goblin, but a lot of that is just that they never came back and... did original characters for some of the characters they put in later. So like all the chainsaw characters are goblins, which is weird, but that's how it is. I don't know what to expect from Boomer. It's going to look really wrong when this scrolls along and shows him. Hang on, I didn't see him. Okay, there he is. Okay, so he's a bombardier. I mean, that makes sense being called Boomer. Interesting that they have access to that. This is not something I have myself played with. Strength 3. So I guess the theory is it's a dwarf, because it's Strength 3, I'm Value 9 and Agility 2. So we have to imagine it as a dwarf. Now, bombardiers are interesting. They are secret weapons, so they do get thrown off at some point. Did he take a bribe as well? No, he took a wizard as well. He's accurate, so he's good at throwing, but his agility is low, so that's kind of making up for that. Because it is kind of like almost like a bit of a pass action situation, and you can intercept bombs technically. Snow is... Okay, it looks like we're playing at our place. Yep. Snow makes GFIs dodgy and long passing is bad. We weren't planning on doing either of those things, but you know. GFIing is real dodgy in these conditions because it suddenly goes from a 1 to a 2. So, no GFIing. Unless the weather changes on the first turn, which it could. So yeah, guard all over the place. That's annoying for us, but it's not necessarily the be-all and end-all. It's interesting they've put us into attack first. And they've maybe leaving the star player off. which is interesting. I can kind of see the... No, I can't really see the logic. I guess they want to save him for his own drive because they're planning on taking a long time to do their drive, whereas, you know, obviously they're hoping that we go in quick. Which as of right now I'm not planning on doing, but it may depend on how mauled we get. We could knock over the front line, but it just doesn't really seem worth it. So we're going to put a loner there. I will go and try and hit this guy. So, oh, is our... No, we do have him. Okay, nice. I couldn't remember. I think we're missing our runner and maybe a lineman. Okay, so who's going to go up there with you? Our strip ball, you guessed it, is not going to be any use because they have short hands. Who am I okay sending up there? I guess we're okay sending this guy up. Although, am I? Not really. Let's just send this guy. The reason being, if it doesn't go right, he can surface. I guess we'll put somebody else on this side as well. We'll have the two witches back here. I haven't really decided on a ball carrier. I guess this guy's gonna ball carry. You know what, for now the witch is gonna ball carry. You leveled up, so you don't need to worry about trying to get a pass on you. Is there anybody that's... We at least might try a pass with the witch. Yeah, we're not in any hurry. So, depending on where the ball goes here, do they have... I didn't see kick. Oh. Well, that has changed things. And the touchback, so, yeah. Okay. Nothing doing there. So we'll just retreat to here. And block off a good blitz on him. Go in here. Okay. There's really not much else to do here. I guess we could push up a touch. Try and take some ground. I am a bit fearful for our witches, I'll be honest. We'll try and dodge him back in a moment if this pass works, but we're not going to re-roll this. I'm telling you, man, Vanity passes and Dark Elves just doesn't work. I guess I'd rather our Vanity passes didn't work than our sort of crunch passes didn't work. Because we've had some crunch passes that have gone alright. I think we often end up using a reroll on them, but such is life. Now, how greedy is he feeling? He's being sensible. Probably doesn't... Yeah, he could follow. No. He doesn't want to get lured to the sidelines either. Our witch is central enough that she can hit both ways. I expect him to kind of punch this guy along. Give himself maximum chances of knocking him down. So we kind of wasted the touchback there, but doesn't really matter. I'm not really expecting them to push through. And I don't think they're going to base yet. Because it's sort of one of those things where if you're going to start basing, you probably want to base with everybody. And they haven't started basing. So this is one of those games where... Okay, that's interesting. What are you doing that for? This is one of those games where the team itself is not crazy scary, obviously. It's well built, but it's not very advanced. But what's worrying is more that the player has a good record and I think is going to play a pretty solid game here. So I think we, for now, try and just take the hit here. Okay. Not doing a lot of damage yet, but we didn't really expect to do much damage anyway. We will bring him in here. Gonna leave this guy down for the moment and let's see if we can do this again. Alrighty. So far we've not knocked anybody over and we've rolled 2 1s. This is similar to, what was it, last game? Where we rolled like 4 1s at the start of the game. The good thing is that, if you want to look at it this way, is there's no pressure, so... I wouldn't be surprised if they start to put somebody around the side, but of course if they do, if it's just the one person, we just use that as our blitz every turn. He's protecting his vulnerable players at the back here, for the moment. But yeah, you know, I can't get too upset about the current situation because it's not really a big deal. Yet. Okay. So is he gonna troll? No. What's his plan here? Okay. Gonna hit this guy? Maybe? No, hitting the witch. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just try and back off. No Mighty Blow here, so honestly the hit on this guy is as good as the Mighty Blow hit on this guy is actually more likely to do something than the non-Mighty Blow against the Witch. Because you have a +1 chance to try and break armor in the first place, and if you don't use that, you have a +1 on the injury roll. So... Okay, it looks like he's going to start, like, touching up the pressure a little bit. Is he going to bring through... He wants to be careful about not committing too many people down this end of the field, which I think he's going to be. He is beginning to mark up though. It's going to put the pressure on by keeping all my guys stood up. Because obviously then, you know, every time I fail a dodge he gets to do a bunch of blocks on me. And that will begin to tell. Is he leaving this open on purpose? Yes. So I could do that and throw to this guy. There's honestly something to be said for that. And the reason I say that is because... I'm sure there's a reason why I say that. Okay, I need to think a little quicker here. Could come here. Would that help anything? Not really. A little bit. Okay, so let's move up to here. I think we are going to attempt this. We're gonna pop the witch on, here, I guess. Let's go here. This is a 2+ into a 2+ because of agility 5. Okay. So we have that. I think I'm actually going to still back off though. If he wants to try and come through, he can. Because I have some kind of dodgy dodges to do. Oh, this wasn't a good idea. You know what? I'm going to put you here. No, not you yet. Okay, we passed all of our rolls there. Yeah, that was just me being indecisive, but it's tricky. I wanted to push up and like dodge out a bunch of guys to come here. If I'd known all my dodges would work, we could have built something of a cage here and pushed up and just kept these guys kind of in place so that he only had a little bit, but I'm not ready to commit yet. But obviously we've kind of now shown pretty heavy up this way. The nice thing is by dodging by having all these guys dodged out, he can get, obviously he can throw some guard in here and get a free block with this guy. So that gives him a 1 dice now, so he's going to need at least somebody to come stand here as well. Unless he just wants to 1 dice it, which, I mean, he's dwarfs, he could. Yeah, I was a little silly with the blitz because the only place to push him was here. So I think that's 3 blitzes from us and all pushes so far. Which I guess pushes aren't double skulls, but they're not sort of amazing either. And we've quite forcibly moved onto this side. The question is now, does he just want to blitz the witch and try and get a little presence here to stop me going up the side? Because if he doesn't kind of move in on this point, obviously we do start to move around, but I'm expecting him to kind of cover this better now. Okay, that was a bonus for us. Oh, he's running out of time now. So now he gets to throw this block. Thought he was going to try and reroll that for a sec. We need to remember the wizard. Oh, he's really gone to this side. Okay. This is really calling for a side switch. So we've got a 1 dice there. We have a 1 dice there. Can't really increase either of those. We have a potential 2 dice there if we can dodge somebody out. Or maybe that's where we blitz. Yeah, I think that's where we blitz. He's a Longbeard, so it has to be this guy. Are you my Russell guy? You are. Okay, let's see what we get here. Hey! We're in business. Stay. And then don't stay. Yeah, I think you go here to be the assist for that. You push up that way. You push up this way. You be here. Can I get... How far across can I get? I think I could get to... Oh, I can only get to here. Not as far as I'd like. You know what? I don't think this is going to be the guy that we push up, so I think we put him in a sort of safe-ish position. Here's where we have to be a little dodgy. I guess I should make this one first. No reroll though. Nice. So that lets the witch come around. You can come to here. You now do this block. Nice. Sweet. You're in a bit of danger here. And we put the witch up here as for good measure. Okay. That's a pretty good adjustment. So what we did was we switched sides reasonably heavily. We knocked down 3 of his guys, tied up a 4th here. So obviously they can switch now, but this guy can't really get very far, this guy can't get very far, this guy can't get very far. These 2 are kind of stuck. So their runners can get over here, this guy can get over, this guy can get over. And obviously we can push pretty heavily around here. He could fireball this, but it's not great value. He could lightning bolt it, but this guy's right next to him. We're not going to traditional cage as per usual, because traditional cage is just asking to be fireballed. We'll probably just try and screen as much as possible. But yeah, I mean, these guys are only out of it for 1 turn, but 1 turn may be enough for us to kind of push into this area. I'd have liked to have kept this Troll Slayer stood up. But then you're just asking for him to hit you at the end of the turn and knock you out of the round, so I think there's something to be said for not going too hard after that. I'd probably put 1 person on the Witch Elf, maybe. Oh, he might actually be blitzing up here. I really hope he is. I mean, apart from the fact that it's going to hurt. I'd rather this blitz, because these 2 are then still this side of the pitch, than this blitz. Downside is we may not have a witch after this. He followed up, but now he's kind of stuck, unless he wants to do some GFIs, which maybe he does, but that only gets him to mid-pitch. So now he decides, does he want to push him away? Or does he want to have another block at him? He probably wants to push him away and get this guy up here. I didn't see what he did. Yep. So that says that this guy's coming up to help. Could even GFI if he wants. He's got 3 rerolls and 5 turns. 4 turns after this. Okay, so I'm pretty happy about our situation here. I think we blitz this guy. Is there anything I should do first? No. Nice. Okay, where can you get to? You can get to here. Nope. That's a dodge. Past this guy there. Let's see if I can move this guy. Yes, I can. I'm gonna take a bit of a risk here. Because it means standing 3 guys up, which I do like. Do I want you here? Yeah, I think that's probably a good place for you. Okay, let's imagine I came through this way. He can get to here. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Okay, I need to be aware that I'm going to leave a bit of a hole here. Like they can get through here. I mean, if I get this block, that'll be nice, but we shouldn't assume that we're going to get that. What we can maybe do is rely on them not getting around the back, though. We could block it off like this. Oh, this guy's free as well. I didn't even see that. Yeah, I should have moved him better. Let's stand this guy up, seeing as he's a pain. Might re-roll this if it's terrible. It's not. Yeah, we'll take a wrestle there, I think. Really restricts his movement. So he has a fireball here or a lightning bolt here. He can clear these 2 guys. But he doesn't have a lot around the back. Like, these guys have to go a long way to get around the back. So he may be considering it. This would actually probably be a reasonable time to get a wizard. Because we can obviously, all of these guys can potentially react, whereas only a few of his guys can. So even if he does it, gets the ball, like these guys are all sort of out of commission, right? For this turn, so he can't get a lot of back pressure. These guys would be probably blocking to get through to me. And these guys just are kind of getting up. So yeah, you'd only have like 3 guys to try something with. I think he's thinking about it. Because he's taken a long time to decide, okay, decide against it. That's probably sensible. Because these guys can still get across and cause pressure. We actually, at this point, would really have benefited from snow because we're not really... I don't think we've had to GFI at all. We've played it pretty cautiously. But to get, like, you know... to get the coverage he wants, GFIing is actually a thing for him, so snow would have probably been good for us. At least for the moment. Okay, that's also good. He's kind of ceding this corner to us somewhat. Okay, yeah, see a GFI here. That's one thing he'd be kind of scared about. We're gonna go here and hope that we don't get taken off the pitch. But we may well be. But it makes it a little bit more awkward for this guy if I do manage to lay down here, because he's got to kind of go round or whatever. We got taken off the pitch. Let's see. I think under these circumstances, we're trying to play to win, so we keep him in the game. But that does make, well, another GFI. Okay. So now this guy can maneuver around. So he's going to do this block before he moves this guy. This guy can then move up to help out here. I mean, this could be the where our team decides to just die now that we used that early. I mean, it's a relatively early app. I guess we're at least a third through the game on my end. He might go for this guy so he can run this guy up. Nope. This is I suppose, something of a frenzy trap. Oh no, because he can go this way and he's got guard, so he's fine. Okay, so can we cluster up in the corner? Do we want to cluster up in the corner? I mean, I think we do. I think we continue to... We're beginning to sort of allow our players to get a bit more sacrificed. But not without reason. That's not what we want. I think we're actually going to reroll this. It's risky. Okay. And I have my reasons for that. Mainly being that I want to have a hit at this guy. Downside is that makes me more likely to have problems. So we hit here and we can hit him into here if we need to. Okay, we don't need to. Okay. I don't think I can get this as safe as I'd like. I think I have to go up to here. It's not a bad fireball. But obviously I can't go here, that's a great fireball. I could go up onto the sideline, but then I think he lightning bolts me and hopes it scatters out. Where do I go? I have a feeling our next dodge is going to fail, I just feel it, because we used the reroll. If I go here, yeah, that's just a great fireball. But maybe getting the fireball out now whilst more of his... Yeah, I'm gonna seed the fireball. Seed? Concede? Whatever. Okay, that dodge didn't fail. You know what? I think I like you being in contact until this guy's tried to move. Our dodging has been pretty good. Now this guy can stand up and blitz us. But I'm okay with that. Yeah, we're going to leave this guy here. Boy, we're going to time on almost every turn. There's a lot of thinking here. The good thing about this fireball is it does have this guy in, and he also gets hit. And he's there, kind of, you know, he's the best chance they've had at a blitz on the ball so far. Okay, they went for it, as expected. Okay, that's what we were looking for. Now, can he get in here? No. He needed this switch to go down to get in and provide some guard. So that provides the 1 dice. Can he get around? He can, but it won't increase the odds any. And I left this guy here to... I basically left these two in situ to make it so there's less of their guys getting up here. So yeah, I feel pretty good about pulling out the wizard like that. I know it was a risk, but we all know how bad fireballs are. We had our own bad fireball last game. And what you hope is that at least even if people go down, they don't get injured. Talking of which, I think that's just a lineman. It's a wrestle lineman. Oh, he's dead. Well, that's the price we paid. Or one of the prices. This guy could still get injured as well, but I put him on the non-tackle guy. This guy getting stunned was really useful. So yeah, of course, if they injure these 3 players, you could argue that it wasn't worth holding them up. Blodge, why? Nice thing is he follows, so that puts him more out of range. So what's he got planned here? I'm assuming at least the 1 dice. In which case we just go here. Because we don't want it scattering. If nothing else, we don't want it scattering out. That's marginally risky, because standing next to our Witch Elf means 1, 2, and then a blitz to get him off the field. Okay, so going for this first. Could reroll, but it's a bit risky. He didn't knock us over. So I think we back off. You probably follow that to stay in contact. He's planning out what he's going to do with this guy with the 2 seconds he has left. Okay, he ran out of time. So I think we try this. So that'll be 1, 2. Yeah. Try and get the guard out of here. Nice. That is achieved. Then I think we try this. Do we? Or would it be better to... I'm a bit worried about a double skull here. Let's assume I do it. Let's assume I either knock him down here or here. What does this guy do? Not a lot, so I think I go with this guy. Meh. Meh. At least does get him off of us. And we can kind of form something of a defense going on up here. You should probably be the blocker on this side. You should go in the... Okay, you guys can't get up there. You should probably go in the... Here. You can go here. No, you should go here. No, you should go here. 4, 5, 6. I've given them... No, well, let's see. Yeah, I don't feel like I quite did that right. These guys don't really contribute anything, and these guys are all out of range. I can't even get them, like, anywhere near. I guess these guys could feasibly help here, but I think just standing these guys up would help with that. Oh, slowest player ever. So we've lost 2? 1. 1 and no Apo. Okay. And whilst there's a chance that he gets this, it should be pretty hard. And his Troll Slayer is out of range, so we don't have to worry about Frenzy. So he did that for the hopeful injury, and then he can also have another hit on this guy if he stands up the witch. This guy's worth hitting, or if he just moves this guy over here. It's kind of... I guess it's technically in range if he wants to run over and foul. He does have 2 spare players. But he might be using a guard guy. No, he could use this guy to foul with some GFIs. He's got the rerolls, so I could see that happening. Just GFI everybody up here and foul the witch. Oh, we might foul this guy. Yeah, of course. This guy is like my most dangerous threat. Yeah. These guys come up. This guy GFIs in, foul. He's really got nothing to lose. This guy moving is pointless, but he did not go for the foul. Interesting. Do I go for the hit on the runner? Can I get a hit on the leader runner? Yeah, I can. Like, if I take him down to 2 rerolls, that would be pretty tasty. One of these days, and maybe it's this day. No, it's not. Okay. This is gonna bite me because I've seen it happen, and I've had it happen. We'll stay. But like taking him down to 2 rerolls for the second half would have been pretty nice. I'll be honest, I wasn't even paying attention to who had the ball there. Ganavet, I forget who he is. Okay, he's my dive and tackle. Okay, do I have enough useless people? Yeah, I do. We hope that they do not have the ability to one-turn us. And we hope that we don't get a riot. Just to be on the safe side, let's move some sidestep out and let's move our agility guy in. Movement 6, I don't see it happening. He's probably taking this guy off. It'd be amusing if he left him on. One turn of bombing. Let's have a look at him. Yeah, it is a pity that they don't have a dwarf version, that they didn't get around to doing that. I think I heard that there's a Blood Bowl 3 in the works, maybe. So I don't know if it's by the same company or a different company. But it could be hopefully a chance for somebody else to get in on that. Honestly, I don't really quite know what you would want from a Blood Bowl 3, because I think this is very well set up. Like, the only things I would ask for in this game is a few... Like, they've already addressed a ton of stuff that the community's come out with. So, like... I would like to see one thing... Like, there's a few things they could do that I would honestly even put you know, be willing to pay a little DLC money for. One thing would be more customization of the players, because you do end up with a lot of... Okay, that's probably good. You do end up with a lot of duplicate player looks, and I think that would be an easy enough thing to do. Maybe even some... Like, they have changes to the way the players look for mutations, but I don't know if you could do some for skill ups too. I don't exactly know what you do. Maybe some sort of, you know, if you get Mighty Blow, maybe you get like some like bigger metal looking gloves or whatnot. If you get guard, maybe you just get like, you know, big hefty shoulder. I mean, just little things. So there's little things like that they could do that would help vary it up. Being able to change the skin tones as well would be really nice, and even if you could change the hair colors. I mean, I think there's a lot more of customization. I think that's where it is. Customization of pitches too. Outside of the enhanced pitches. That's not great. Yeah, outside of the enhanced pitches where you get the Astra Granite and the Elf Turf, I think the only one that looks slightly different is maybe the new stadium they put in with Legendary, which has some sand around the side for the Tomb King stadium. They could do a ton with the stadiums. So yeah, I think a lot of what would be nice is cosmetic stuff, honestly. That would make it feel a lot more personalized, and you'd be excited to kind of zoom in more and like look at players. You know, you could customize your dwarf's tattoos and stuff and all this kind of thing. Okay, fouling with this guy, interesting. Wow, he rolled... Okay, I was already stunned. I was going to say, how did he not break armor? He rolled the exact armor. I guess he really was just a spare player for them, because they actually kept him on, just for that foul. So he's going to get sent off now. He forgot to do the throw. He forgot, I think what he did, and I've done this before, is forget that you've moved to grab the ball and think, oh, well let me get this other guy over here so he can catch the ball if that first guy doesn't. But you forget that that you've already moved him, so it kind of kills the turn. Oh, we are already down to putting a bunch of blitzers on the front line. That's never good times. I think I'm going to protect our low armor and Cage Leaper. So I'm expecting them to surround him with guard and just kind of march slowly down the pitch. So yeah, there's not a ton we can do to stop that. Apart from maybe this guy. This looks like a draw, but we'll see. Dwarfs are one of the more tricky teams to try and, like, you know, 2-score in a half with. And although they have started to get some numbers advantage, it's not huge yet. Like, if he got me down to, like, 5 or 6 players, you might consider just, like, marching down in, like, 3 or 4 turns, and then assuming, you know, whilst also continuing to injure, and then hoping that you get the, you know, you can obviously overwhelm on defense and get the ball back and try and score again. But I don't know, we'll see. It looks like a pretty conservative setup. Leaving this open is, I don't like to do this personally, because if the ball comes here on a blitz, well, that's that. But he's not finished setting up. That's a little better. So yeah, losing that agility guy, that means we have to try and buy another player to get to 12. This is why my teams, I've had teams go through to the group, like to where you get to the sort of playoff area, and I've had like 4 or 5 linemen a lot, because, and it's not that I'm trying the tactic of keeping my team value artificially low to play against lower team value teams. It's just, it's hard to keep up with the what's the word? Attrition. Oh man. Bounce here. Bounce here. Oh, it's a high kick. Okay, he's going to go catch it. I mean, I don't even mind if he catches it. He's a long way back. Did he take somebody else back there? Yeah. Giving it to the leader makes sense, actually. Nice. Really nice, actually. I mean, he'll probably pick it up, but whew, it's risky. You don't really need to do that, but I appreciate it. I mean, I can't get back there for at least a couple turns. Okay, he's really starting far back. This is some heavy defense, which I get. I mean, I suppose in fairness, you know, I have some maneuverability. But he could just screen it off here and I can't get a lot around. I'm kind of positioned all in the middle, so I don't have a lot to push. Might try and move somebody into this area. If he doesn't kind of keep going this way. Putting the blitz there. That is interesting. Where is he going? Okay, looks like he's forming up trying to form up an area so that this is fascinating. Because my thought would be like, maybe just screen him off here, keep everybody in this area so that you can, next turn, run down into your safe cage. These two guys unfortunately can still get knocked down because of the guard here. We'll just step away from that. Now this guy's getting blocked down here. I was kind of hoping that he got pushes on the first time. Oh, he could push this way as well. That's true. You know, thinking about it, I wasn't really thinking that well about it. This, keeping his players fanned out like this, he's doing because if he does throw the ball into the crowd, he wants to kind of have a nice zone of coverage, so that if it bounces back over here or something, it's harder for me to overwhelm it. So yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Oh, he didn't even... Okay, why didn't he pick up the ball? Because now I do get to at least pressure. I don't entirely understand that decision. I'm not going to go crazy, maybe, but I'm going to try and get up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, who can I put up there that's not too... You're not too essential. But let's make it so that if I fail this block, you are less in danger. Nice. Yeah, let's keep you there. Alright, now we're not going to go too crazy here. Are we? We should get this guy kind of in position. Because if he does come back down this way, I want this guy somewhere close by. But this guy is going to hang back for the moment. Oh, there we go. It's about time our tackle started failing. So we don't have great coverage at the back here. Maybe this is where he pulls the wool over my eyes, picks up the ball here, comes down, throws it to one of these guys, brings it all the way down. I mean, he can't even get that far. He can get down to like a good little cage over here or something. But like, we have a lot of recovery for that, so I don't know. But yeah, by not trying to pick up the ball last turn, you've let me get closer before you do this potentially dangerous move. I mean, it's a 1 in 9 that it fails, so it's pretty in his favour. But it also makes it harder to get a secure cage once you have done. I guess in a way, you pick it up, you come down here, you can surround. I don't know, it's going to be interesting. Done a couple of confusing things. But, you know, what confuses you, it may be perfectly logical in somebody else's eyes, so. We're both taking a lot of time to think, and I think that's because we both realise that this is one of those games where one little mistake is enough to cause you big issues. Okay, is he building something of a cage here, I guess? Yeah, oh, he's building his cage before he's picked up the ball. That again, this is more risky than what he had planned last time. I mean, one assumes it will work, but boy. That is risky. Because now if it goes off, obviously, I mean, or even if he just bobbles it and it lands here, that's even worse. He actually probably would prefer it to go off the field. We have one person in scoring position, although maybe this is who he's going to blitz. I feel like he's going to blitz here. Dump, dump. That way at least I can't score if I do pick it up. What? Okay. Some interesting decisions. That's nice. But it's not the be all or end all. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's great for us in the sense that it's one less person that's off the field. Got to pick this guy up before you go for the pickup, surely? Nope. Okay, no problems. But now he does have to GFI. He's fine. Now, we could leap in and go for a 1 dice on him. The temptation is strong. We have enough coverage at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Can we get anybody on... Yeah, we could get this guy on the Troll Slayer. Hang on. Oh. Oh, that's not very good of me. Yeah, I need to get here. Okay, so that being the case... Let's pick up some guys, that's annoying. I don't like this at all. Yeah, I'd have to do 2 GFIs to cancel that out now. There's not really another way in. 1, 2... Okay, I'm going to try the 2 GFIs. With the loner. If they fail, we just let it go. It's all good. I think I could have done this, but I wanted to run to here as well. This is an extra GFI. We do reroll that one. Okay, it's not what we wanted. Yeah, we kind of expected that. But I didn't want to give him too many free punches. He might be able to surf her off. 1... Yeah, he could surf her off. Probably should have moved her. She had the easier dodge as well. I don't know what I'm doing. I was so focused on how badly I did this. Alright, so we're not doing it next turn. I suppose if you want to look at try and find some positives, I think it's going to be a little tricky for them to move things too far. If he pushes here, he's taking her off. But it does mean he uses a... Okay, no. So I think he was tempted for a second because he moves up then this guy moves her here, then this guy blitzes her off. If he injures her, he'll feel pretty good about his decision here. Or even if he KOs her. Okay, just a stun, so she'll be back eventually. So yeah, I think he even wants to score in like 4 turns, which is going to be very tricky now, or 8 turns. And, you know, for the same reason as usual, if he gives me 3 turns, that's kind of my niche for trying to score a quick return without giving him a lot of time to try and counter it. I mean, if he stuns my whole team, that's going to make it a bit awkward, to be honest. To defend, I mean. And we did push up heavily into his half, which was risky. But he took his time getting where he did. Okay, he's moving across. That's fair, I got a lot of stuns over there. Can he get a full coverage? It doesn't really matter, he's stunned my sort of key players for trying to get that out. I don't think he can really get anybody else over there, he just feels safe where he is. And I think he might be right. Push is nice. Did he blitz? I don't think he blitzed yet, so who's he planning on blitzing? Bring this guy here, that gives him a safe 2 dice with the... okay, no, this guy's blitzing so that this guy can get free, I guess. He might re-roll that. Yep. Where do I want to be? Here, I guess. It's a pity he did, because I would have moved here so that if he did block with it, it holds the Troll Slayer in position, and it also means if he does block, he pushes me out to the back. Okay, he's really determined to have a tight cage, which is fine. So we're just going to hammer on the front of this just to try and give him something to think about. Yeah, that was... Again, that wasn't the best positioning. I was trying to get him as far across as I could. I should have put him here so that this guy could blitz here and push this guy back. So, because now if... well, I didn't fail it, but if I had, I'd be kind of annoyed at myself. Okay, I don't think I have any non-risky dodges here. So I think we do the witch first. Because this guy is at least still somewhat present. You next. And you next. Our dodging has honestly been pretty on point. I think if we look at it at the end of the game, it's going to be really good. I think we had 1 or 2 turns where we maybe dodged and it went badly straight away. And of course we had the first couple turns where we couldn't do anything. But on the whole, our dodging has been pretty solid. It's our passing and catching that sucked. But we've tried not to pass and catch in vital situations. I thought about handing off a few times on our drive. But I'm glad in the end I didn't. So yeah, we haven't really got a really solid defense here, but we have 4 people coming back and nobody's based right now. So it should just be the one person at most that gets taken out here. And then we'll have... They can try and push through if they want, and they probably can push through. If they really want to push down the wing hard, they can make a play for it. But if they don't do that, next turn we have 4 people getting back up and being kind of annoying. And it's like these guys are like right in the middle of their whole situation. I don't like this guy being all the way. This is the downside to him. Jump up would be kind of nice for him, because then he can have his full movement when he falls over, but... You know. It is what it is. He kind of showed already why we have him. I mean, he did manage... My bad planning didn't help, but we managed a 1 dice on the ball carrier. If we get... I think we were on a... Let's see. We were on a 4+ to knock him over, which is pretty good. Maybe I should have played more conservative and waited down here, but he was playing so slow that I didn't really want to. Is he going to reroll again? I don't think he does. So we can now go here, and he is kind of stuck. Now he almost has to kind of push back temporarily, or is he going to change sides? If he changes sides over to here, this little guy is feeling a bit frisky again. See how well he puts his guard in. I don't think he has enough guard to guard this side. So if we stand this guy up, we can just leap straight over here and blitz, which I don't even think we'll use a GFI. That makes it a bit more awkward, but not too bad. I just need to get somebody here as well. Okay, I think we do that because, you know, why wouldn't we? So you can be the one that comes here, because you're not necessarily doing anything too important right now. Now the question is, do I do this before anything else? I think I do. Maybe just to be on the safe-ish side, I do this. And I guess we'll see if we can throw this block. She's not the best for getting through here anyway, because it's tackle on her, so opening up the way would be more convenient. She didn't manage that. That's fine. Do I want to move this guy first? I kind of do. I probably will have to re-roll this if it goes wrong, because we need to be thinking about our backline as well. Okay, I feel better about that. Blitz. Stand up. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 4, 5, 6. Do we re-roll again? I think we have to. Okay, so we got it off this guy. That is, that's a start, isn't it? Oh, there was so much chance that that came out here. Or at least, yeah, I mean, it was reasonable chance. Okay, that's not quite what we wanted. I think we move up on it, though. Where's their other... Okay, he's semi-marked up. Come on, knock him down. Nice. And then we move here because it also keeps that guy in place. Hey, it's done. Okay, not too bad a turn. Using the reroll wasn't the best, but you know, it's what you do when you're rolling on 4 pluses, and we did knock the ball free, which slows them down. I mean, they're beginning to run out of time. We have something of a presence at the back, so even if they do get out and pressure this, obviously we've got people standing in amongst them as well, which is nice. And I think if I just pushed him, obviously he just knocks me back over. This guy has his full movement to keep going. Now, sure, he can maybe... Well, this guy is going to have a tough time. I guess if you blitz the witch, as long as it goes well, this guy is... No, because, well, you'd also have to... You've got a few blocks to make, and you basically... Your cage is going to be blocking people off, or at least half of it. Because he's got to remove these two, unless he wants to dodge out. And even if he wants to dodge out, the Troll Slayer is where he'd want to dodge to, so... It's interesting. Pop him there and follow up. That keeps these two somewhat in order. But again, that's 2 people not moving. This guy's not doing a whole lot right now. They could bring somebody over. We've made it interesting, I think. I still feel like a draw is fairly on the table, but after this turn I'll have 3 turns. And he wants to try and keep it relatively safe. This guy at the moment is off gallivanting, although he could be based. That's mainly what I want to keep my rerolls for, is having to dodge away from tackle to get some goes at the ball, because that's probably going to have to happen. Okay, so that makes it the 1 dice. The nice thing about this is he can't put 1 person here to give this guy a 2 dice. He basically would have to hit both. Okay, he's 1 dicing this. No, oh, of course, guard. Because this guy had guard, that works. Let's just push out. Let's see if we're still on the field. We are, and we're not even stunned. So she's in play. Okay, looks like he's reforming a cage here. Go on, fail this. Nope. He's done well on his pickups. Okay, is he going to get a 4th person in the cage? He should be able to. That's why he didn't put him here. I guess we just back off. Nice thing is he doesn't follow, because then you break your own cage. Ooh. I don't know if he realized that that was a 1 dice there, because that was a risky one. Okay, he's getting some good results on these blocks, for the most part. The stun there is not ideal, and of course he gets the tackle here now. Yeah, just take that and push her here. Although that does give us access. He does have guard in his whole wall now. So let's see, what are we doing here? You can't really... See, if this guy had... Man, if this guy had leap up, he could go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He wouldn't even need to GFI. Trying to consider what I do here, obviously. And I could put the witch here, but then she's getting surfed. I could use her to do a 1 dice. I think if I'm going to do that, I have to be willing to sacrifice her though. And I think I have to be willing to get this guy up. I think these two... do this, which is risky. Not going to deny it. Let's see if we can move this guy. We can. Tasty. Okay. Is there anything else I can do? That's a 1 dice. So I could do this. What else could I do? Could do this. Can you get anywhere? It's awkward. You'd have to go through these guys. I almost prefer you standing people up over here. Because this is a kind of no reroll situation. Yeah, I think we try it. It's a no rerolls into an even worse potential. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Keeps her in the picture though. He has begun to move though. He has, you know, this guy has potential of scoring. And that is a bad thing. I should be able to free up one of these guys as well. But not both, so we're just trying to keep his options limited down in our side whilst keeping our options still here. If we start getting injured and stunned though, obviously people start falling too far behind and it gets too easy for him to guard. But like obviously these guys only move if they blitz. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 people who can't move for them. Which leaves 6 people that can. I would have liked to have left this guy stood up. Okay, so now this guy can move. But he used this guy to bring in an assist, so... at least 2 of these guys are stood up. He's going to be able to mark this guy now, though. This guy's still free and has some decent movement. Pushes are just amazing for us. Oh, but this is the Troll Slayer, so he gets another try. Okay, that's good though. If he moves him here, he's still a little bit in the way. So yeah, he's wrestling. Which honestly I think is mostly good for us. It does free up this guy. But the Troll Slayer's down and this guy is still alive, so that's something. Okay, so double skulls, not great, he has to reroll that obviously. Alright, that is nice. So, where do we go? Here? Couldn't decide there. So this gives him a way through. But he can only get, like, maybe 1 guy through with him. This guy can kind of come around. Our hope is even if we can't catch him this turn, we can kind of get people on him next turn. Okay, that's good. Because now we are more in his... So now he has to block the witch off. That made things more tricky for him. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, doing some GFIs. A bit risky, because this opens up the potential of... Okay, it worked out. Why the GFI there? Why not just go here? That's what I don't entirely understand. Oh, another GFI. Did he realize he needs... Does he... This guy should be in scoring range, right? Yeah, he's got 2 turns. This guy can score in 2 turns, and this guy can score in 2 turns. The danger now is we can potentially get a 2 dice here. And I think we stand this guy up first. Because he's obviously still a scoring threat. This guy might still be able to score as well. I think this guy gets up. Where are you gonna go? Here, I guess? I'd like you on this guy. Yeah, you can get there. You get up here. Got a 2 dice here that didn't work very well. So we push you here and follow. Okay, so you come... Hang on, why is that suddenly for... Okay, that's better. And then we're pushing back into them, but I don't think there's anywhere better to go, honestly. Okay, nice. We could push this way. No, we don't really need to necessarily do that. I think we re-roll this probably. Having 2 sidesteps on the ball would be excellent. If I pick it up, the danger is that that I miss, it bobbles off him and bobbles to a clear square, so I'm not trying to pick it up here. The difficulty for him is I have this guy marked up, I have this guy marked up, and I have this guy marked up, and they're the 3 people that are their best chances of well, this guy's also a good chance of scoring, but I don't think... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So with a bunch of GFIs, this guy can score, but he's also marked up. I'd love to have picked it up and then just punted it, obviously, but... a bad pickup can result in a bad scatter, which can result in suddenly the ball not being where you want. I'd rather have it on two guys here that are kind of hard to get to. He can blitz here, but he's blitzing with a non-tackle. You can only get one of them, obviously. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so he's doing the safe blocks first. He has 1 reroll for 2 turns. I think... Well, we'll say that after the game. Get a bit more of it. I always play from that angle, so you don't really get to see what's going on at a close range. You can see why I don't play from this angle. You can't really see you can't see anything, but it's kind of fun to see the actual guys. Okay, they blitzing that guy with the blitzer. He's got blodge steps, so if it goes wrong, he may just be keeping him in place. Okay, it looks like this guy's going to dodge out and get a tackle blitz on this guy. No reroll needed. Oh, that's bad though. If he rerolls that though, that's his reroll for the game gone. He did reroll and it didn't help. So I could sidestep onto the ball at this point, but there's no reason to. I do stay next to it though, and also next to him. This guy is free next turn to provide some support, which is nice. Now the big question is going to be, does he put anybody in scoring range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This guy, hang on, he can only go 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Somebody has to make a run. It's going to be this guy. Oh, he did it as well. He needs to keep going. Oh, that's a pity. If he failed one of those, if he failed the 4+ or the 3+, like, that's like game over. I would love to mark him up, but I also want to mark up the ball. Okay, what can you do? Not a whole lot. You could come here. Now what are you gonna do? I think you come here. You can potentially do this. Okay, you could get there. That's not as useful as I'd like, but it does get him off me. I think I do this and reroll if it goes wrong. So we have a reasonably strong presence on the ball. The problem is they're going to have a lot of guys back in action next turn. But the witch isn't going to help anywhere else. I could do that, actually. But it'll mean a kind of risky dodge out afterwards. And it could go wrong, so I'll be going into 2 dice into... Well, I'll still have 2 assists. They'll have 3 assists though, yeah. So I think I'm going to try this, because she's not really adding anything, whereas everybody else is. Oh. Okay. That is super good. Yeah, that should be it. I didn't really expect that to work. I was just trying to get away from the mighty blow because I felt like we're in a pretty decent position. This guy's out of scoring range. This guy is out of scoring range. I mean, I honestly expected this to fail, but I wanted to get her away from these guys and she wasn't doing anything else useful, so that was... The fact that we made the game a certainty was pretty nice. I don't see a way, with all of these 3 being sidestep, there's no way that he can chain push this guy into scoring position. So I think he just tries to beat me down now. kill some players. Seems like a logical thing to do. Going after the witch. No surprise there. We are not going to tempt fate by going onto the ball, just in case I've missed something. I don't think I've missed anything. This guy's 2 away, so I don't think they can chain push him. Now, obviously I didn't put anybody up in scoring position, but that's mainly because that's not important. If I had a real spare, in this situation you don't have any spares, like I'd have just stood people up if I had had spares. But this guy was an assist, this guy blocked. I guess this guy was stunned? I don't remember now. I think he's just trying to decide, does he use Mighty Blow on the witch but have a chance of not knocking her out? Okay, he is going to use Mighty Blow on the witch. Just wanted the extra assist. For some reason. No rerolls, so that's nice. We're still not going onto the ball. Much as I'm tempted to try and bopple it out so I can get a pass, it's just not worth it. Okay, is he going to try and... he could try and foul this guy. He did not. Okay, so can I now bobble out the ball? Maybe. If you come down here... you have to stay where you are. Okay, it's possible. Let's see, can I get any more? This guy's never going to be able to hit anybody. So much strength everywhere. Okay, so you go here. And you try and grab the ball. Nice. Under pressure, they would never manage that. Sure. Okay, we don't want to do any more. Well, that was a typically low-scoring dwarf game there, but we did at least come out stopping them getting the draw. And I think a lot of it was to do with the fact that their bizarre choice not to pick up the ball on the first turn. I don't like the way they positioned themselves to try and stop any issues. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't go and pick it up. It's not like if you fail to pick it up the next turn you can move anybody anyway. They're still kind of stuck with error. And then after getting that nice position, they kind of formed up a cage before they even moved the guy, which was kind of risky as well. So no to you. Our strip baller gets man of the match, which is good because that gets him a bit closer to the... I don't know, maybe tackle? Probably tackle, so that he has multiple chances. I'd like it to be sidestep, but no. So yeah, we did armor break somebody at some point. Guess we did start to get a couple stuns. They armor broke us a lot. So what I was going to say was we actually did fairly well for not dying too much. And I still believe that. We did kind of take the slightly risky approach of standing a bunch of them up. And they didn't have a lot of Mighty Blow. But, you know, you're playing a risky game anytime you let people just block you a lot. So, in that sense, we got lucky. And, you know, I think overall the luck kind of bounced around a bit. But I feel like it was maybe a little more on our side. So our team is looking a bit better for next time. We get our runner back, which is nice. Not that apparently we need him. This guy goes the way of all of our linemen and will be replaced, so we will be up to a team of 12 for the next game, which will probably put us on like 18-10 or something. Pretty huge team value. Our record's looking a little bit better. 2 wins in a row is nice. And just a quick check on this. Oh, we've moved into the 50s. Making progress. Overtook this guy, I think, who still has a pretty nice record there. I guess it's not too dissimilar to what we were kind of at, but the lack of losses is good. So who's ahead of us now? Wow, look how many Chaos Dwarfs there are. I guess we've been lucky not to face them to this point, so it's probably incoming. So we got this guy. 1. This guy. 2. And then us. So there's 2 Dark Elves ahead of us. Just for fun, just before I go, talking of high team value Dark Elves, let's have a quick look at this. Is my old open ladder team from back in the day that I played, as you can see, quite a lot with, and did okay with them. So look at this with some stat ups. So this Witch Elf, Agility 5, Leap, Juggernaut, horrible. This Witch Elf, Wrestle Tackle, so this is the Ball Getter. So the nice thing is, because you've got 2 agilities with leaps, you put this one over, you jump this one over first, then you jump this one over, Blitz, and then this Blitzer has Agility 5 and Leap and Sure Hands, so he jumps in afterwards even if the ball's scattered into like 4 spaces, and he just picks up the ball. It's horrible. Then this guy is pretty normal. I guess he's our puncher. This is the most ridiculous player I had on the team. Movement 8, Strength 5, Blodge, Tackle. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's quite fun to use as a ball carrier, because what's getting that ball free? I mean, it's just horrific. This guy, I guess, had died a few times. So we had a Strength 4, Agility 5 run as well. I mean, the stat ups on this team was crazy. So he obviously is just horrible as well. And I guess that's it. We did have an assassin who was also Agility 5. I think he died recently in their history. Obviously there was a lot of deaths. But yeah, when you can kind of see when you get to this stage, like how many, like she scored 27 touchdowns. She's done 20 crowd surfs. This is probably the yeah. Okay, that's the one I was looking at, yeah. Anywho, just a fun little look at like a long-term Dark Elf team who have managed to get their agility in the right places, and I kind of bludged up all of my linemen so that when they're on the line they can take a bit more of a punch, for the most part. So yeah, did pretty well with them. We managed 6 kills, which is tiny when you think about it, and we have sustained 21 deaths. Anywho, that was just a little fun. I will see you for the next game. Bye for now.